I'm Emily with Create Kids Couture, and I wanted to make a tutorial for you to show you how I'm going to be inserting a placket in Sybil's sailor dress. And in this pattern, we're going to start by finding the center of this skirt piece, and I went ahead and marked that with a pen, and then I drew 2.5 inches down to create the first line to mark the center of the V that we are creating for the placket. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to measure 1/2 inch to the right and the left of this center line at the top, and then we're going to draw our lines to connect here at the bottom to create your V. So here's what the V looks like after we have it drawn in the center of the back of the skirt. So next we're going to sew on our sewing machine down the outside of the V, and we're going to pivot when we get right here to the point. So I'll show you what that looks like on the sewing machine. Okay, so I went ahead and started sewing down the first line or side of the V, and I've stopped right here in the very center of our point. So now you're going to leave your needle down, you're going to lift your presser foot, and you're going to rotate your fabric around so that you are coming back, and you're going to sew up this line right here. Okay, so we sewed around the outside of the V, and now we're going to clip or just cut right here down the center, and you just want to be careful that you don't snip all the way to the bottom where your stitches are, so stop about 1/4 inch above where this point is right here. So I'll show you what that looks like after we've cut it, and then you can also cut little notches, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that as well. You just don't want to break these stitches, but if you cut a couple of notches on the side, it will help it lay flat when you open up your V. So here's what it looks like after we've snipped all the way almost to the corner, and I just cut some really tiny little notches right here, and that's just going to help it stretch out better and lay nicely when we stretch it out like this. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take the placket piece. Okay, so here it is right here. You're going to start with the right side of your fabric to the wrong side of your skirt. Okay, so I'm going to start pinning. I'm going to start here at the edges, and when I get here to the center, there's going to be a little bit, like about 1/4 inch overlapping, and then I'll continue pinning over to this other side. So I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done pinning, but you're opening up your skirt V like this, and you're going to start pinning the right side of the placket to the wrong side of your V. So here's what it looks like when we're done pinning. If you turn it over, you can see here in the very center there's some of the fabric showing through on that side here at the point. And the next step is that we're going to straight stitch on our sewing machine just to the outside of the V line that we made. And we're going to come all the way down, making sure that we are right next to the point of the V as well, and then continue all the way on the other side. I'll meet you back after I've done that. Okay, so all I just did was I took my sewing machine and sewed a straight line here, and you can tell I'm pretty much here, like just right outside the line, and I'm trying to make a straight line down here to the point of the V and then across. And you're going to take your iron and you're going to press it to where you're folding the placket. So if this is the wrong side of your skirt and you see the right side of your placket, you're going to iron that up, and then you're going to take the top of your placket and fold it over between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, and you're going to fold it and iron it a seam right here, or a crease right there. So this next part is pretty much like bias binding. So you're going to take, after you've ironed this, we're going to fold it over one more time to where we're covering up that line that we just made a second ago. Okay, so this is, we're going to be, next is folding this over. And then you're going to iron that really well and pin it in place before we sew. So this is what it looks like, ironed nicely. And next we're going to sew one more line just on the inside here of where our placket is on the skirt. And then we're going to be able to flip it up like this and work with it that way. Okay, so next, back to the sewing machine, we're going to sew a straight line across. Okay, my baby Jonah woke up, so excuse the baby toes in our video. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, so we're almost done with our placket. I went ahead and ironed it, and here is the center. Okay, so here's what it looks like opened up. We're going to go ahead and rotate it, and this side, the left side of our skirt, we're going to fold the placket back, and we're going to stitch it straight across right here. Okay, and this is the same side that our buttons are on, and so when we fold the bodice over after the skirt's attached, it's going to overlap just like this. So this one's going to stay straight. You're not going to do anything with this side of the placket. We're just going to fold it over like this, but without it touching. We're going to sew right here to finish up our placket, and that's it. So after this, you'll be ready to continue on with the pattern, and hopefully that was helpful with how to construct a placket and a skirt. Say bye-bye. Say thank you.
Hi, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe.